Hey everyone, this is Eli,
This is Brandon.
and today is a very wonderful and exciting Effects Friday. And we have a special guest, Brandon.
What's up, guys?
And he's basically here because it's not really a tutorial today, it's more of a here's how we did the video in a very condensed form because there's so many effects that it would be impossible to do a tutorial under 7 hours explaining all the effects. So,
And seeing as I did a little bit of the work in the video, I'm here to explain the few parts that I had with it.
yeah, and he's also here to make it, funny and sexy.
Yeah.
You can't see he's in a weird pose right now that's
Because
very
I'm on his freaking bed, like
Tempur-Pedic.
leaning back just to
Ladies,
be able to be part of this.
it's a Tempur-Pedic mattress. Yeah. So yeah, let's jump into this. So yeah, first off, okay, it is recording. I was just checking. Let's get started with my desktop. Look how dirty it is, and that's because I'm a movie maker, guys. All right, I told you. And Charlie is screaming his head off, but it's all good. So this is what all the footage that ended up going to Vegas and being edited. It was a lot, but yeah. To start things off, we go to the HAG folder, and this is, we basically took, how many shots, Brandon?
I want to say 9 takes or something like that.
And we only imported 4 of the last shots because we knew that one of those 4 was the best, and it ended up being the first of the 4, which is this one. And I'm actually going to turn it down so we don't get copyrighted.
Because copyright's fun, right?
Yeah, so this is the original footage, guys. It basically goes, and you'll notice that we had a makeshift Steadicam. It wasn't a real Steadicam. It was just Brandon with a monopod. Look it up. It's not a Steadicam at all.
It's essentially a tripod with one leg.
Yeah, so it was bouncy, but I fixed that, and I'll show you guys, or I'll tell you guys how I did it. So yeah, and you'll also notice that I'm singing a lot faster than the actual version of the song. And that's because when I made the song and I was thinking of like how we can do a video that isn't just the normal video that we normally do, because that'd be boring. I was getting bored with just making a video of us all playing instruments and stuff. So basically, I was like, well, let's make a shortened version of it that's a lot quicker, and then we can stretch it out
and make it slow-mo.
So that's what we did right here. We basically just hit control on the song, the final mixdown of the song, scooted it up to a part where it seemed like it was still singable, but it was fast enough to be slowed down and look like it was in slow motion. So that's this version of the song. I rendered it out. Then I learned that version. Then I walked down the road singing that version of the song, this fast version. And I don't know why I opened it, but yeah, what you'll notice is that there's no depth of field or anything in this. That was all added in post-production, but what you'll notice is that when you drag this into Sony Vegas and you just do a quick edit real quick, just let's drag it right about here. That's about where it should be edited. I can tell that's actually pretty close. Then we edit it here. You would think that you can just hit control, drag it out, and now it should be matched up perfectly to the song. And that's true. It will be. However, what is bad about that is look at the frame blending that Sony Vegas comes with. It does not look good at all. It's very jaggedy. And so you need to use a program called Twixtor in order to get that slow motion very smooth. And Twixtor only allows you to do slow motion by percentage points. So that involves math, which I'm actually good at, but Brandon is a math genius, so I let him do this part. So we'll switch over to the camera, and Brandon can tell you how we did it. Go ahead.
So seeing as Twixtor only uses percentages and stuff, I basically had to figure out what percentage he shortened it down to. And so in order to do that, I looked at the original song, and I figured out exactly how long it was in seconds down to the decimal point, which was like 132.4 seconds or something like that.
Something
imaginary number like that. And then figured out exactly how long the shortened version was in seconds. So it was like 102.7, I don't know, something like that. And so I took the length of the shortened version and divided it by the length of the original version and got that percentage of like 78 point something. And we used that in Twixtor because for some reason 78% in Twixtor makes it slower instead of 120 something percent.
Twixtor's weird, but I love the program.
It's backwards. So that's the ended up being the percentage we used.
So yeah, after that, basically I kept the video. This video, I kept it. I basically just edited it to the song, like the shortened song, and then I rendered that out. I made it exactly like this, you know, made the loop region, rendered it, then put that into After Effects, rendered it out with the Twixtor applied at 78.9% or whatever, and it was perfect. So Brandon helped out a lot. The video wouldn't have looked good at all if it wasn't matched up perfect, so that was all Brandon. So after we had the slowed down version matched up perfectly and we had that video, then we can bring it into After Effects and apply all the effects. Now this is the final video that we ended up using. It's very nice and it looks amazing, but what you guys didn't see was all the work that was put into it back here.
Look at all them layers.
Ogres are like onions because of layers. Okay, so where to begin with this? Alright, so here's the main video right here, all scaled down. I just made the aspect ratio smaller to give it that super widescreen look, and as you can tell, it still doesn't have the depth of field, and in order to attain the depth of field, well, actually, okay, let's not start with the depth of field, let's start with the tracking. Alright, so select the layer. Here's the tracking layer right here, okay? Now, it'd be easier if I had this off, actually, just so you can see. These are all the points that After Effects tracked. It took all night to track this footage, and I made a tutorial. I'll put it up here so you guys can go to it about tracking footage, and then I just made a text in 3D space, and that's where is it? There's the bomb. Okay, null text. Here's the null for the text way back here. Okay, so there's the null, there's the camera for it, and where is it? Oh, there's the text right there. There you go.
Oh my goodness. It's
and then there's the shadow catcher for it.
How the freak do you like find all of this? It's just...
It was organized at first, but then when everything started getting crazy, yeah, it just it became a big mess, which is actually happens a lot when we make movies. So yeah, that's how we did the footage. I just tracked it, and then it actually did all the work for me. It kept the text in 3D space through the whole entire thing. But then I decided to keep the the text within frame the entire video. And the problem with that is, since it's tracked there, that, you know, it's tracked, it's perfect. Why?
You need to turn on the camera.
Oh, that's why? Boom. Alright, so, as you can tell, you know, it starts out, but look at, my body is in the way, and I wanted to keep it in the entire video, because it added a whole nother depth, in my opinion. So, I had to rotoscope my body. And for those of you who don't know what rotoscoping is, it's basically grabbing a hammer and hitting yourself in the nuts for 12 hours straight. And After Effects has something that sped up that process tremendously. This is the roto brush in After Effects, guys. So to bring that up, you just double click the roto layer in its own comp, and boom, there you go. This is what I did for you see all these points right here? Yeah, that's the roto mask, and in between each one of these has points. It's just intense, guys. If you guys want a tutorial on rotoscoping, I would gladly show you next week. Just go ahead and request it, and I will show you guys whatever you guys want to learn next week. So yeah, that's all I'm going to get into with rotoscoping, because that took a good 12 hours. Took forever. It was intense.
Now, real quick, did you rotoscope every frame, or was it every like so many frames? You kind of like how when you manipulate the mask.
Basically, what's good about this new thing is you set up a mask. I wish I could just do the tutorial right now. I don't want to get into it though. It's so intense. But you've set up the mask, and then you go forward a few frames using page up and down, and then it guesses. So it's kind of like Photoshop in a way.
Okay.
It guesses where it's going to be, but a lot of the time it messes up. So you just have to make tiny tweaks.
Okay,
but it's still.
That's what I was watching you do the other day when you were removing part of the mess up.
It's just tiny tweaks, which saves a ton of time. But after about 5 or 7 frames, it messes up and it tracks the whole entire footage. So then you have to retrace the mask again. And then you have to start from square one again every 7 frames.
Okay, so that's all obviously really complicated and time consuming. So again, if they want a tutorial on that, they're gonna have to ask. Yeah,
and I won't show you guys the whole entire thing. I'll show you guys about 4 seconds of it because it's pretty intense. So yeah, that's how we obtained that look. With the roto behind.
You also used the rotoscope to apply depth of field to everything that wasn't on
as you can tell, if you guys haven't noticed, depth of field adds... Oh, that stopped recording, so let's turn that up, but that's fine. So depth of field adds a whole nother element. It makes your footage look 1,000,000 times more professional, really. So I decided, well, I guess both of us decided that it'd be best to use that roto layer to create depth of field also. So basically what I did was I just created a nice adjustment layer, and I applied a here, let me select it. Where is it? There's the depth of field. Okay, so I applied a nice Gaussian blur on top of it with 6.4, and I just put a nice mask around it to create the illusion of depth of field. And it actually worked really well. It was kind of messed up because you don't even notice. Like, everyone probably thought that was our camera creating that depth of field, when in reality it was a 12-hour effect.
Now, hold on real quick, because I'm sure someone's going to ask why we decided to keep everything in focus. Simply put, we knew that we weren't going to be perfectly the same distance from each other the whole way through, because we're humans and we make mistakes. And so we made everything in focus, so that way Eli was always in focus, no matter if he was close or far from the camera. And so, because if he went out of focus anytime throughout the video, it would have just looked bad.
Exactly. So yeah, that's the depth of field.
Now, wait a second. Didn't you also add like stabilization so it wasn't so bumpy? Because even after you slowed it down, it was still kind of jagged, wasn't it?
Yeah. What you guys don't notice is that in the video, you guys saw how smooth and stuff was. If you guys go back to the beginning of this video, the tutorial, you guys will see that it was pretty jaggedy, and that's not Brandon's fault. It was that we didn't have a real Steadicam. So in order to fix that, I went over to Effects and Presets, and I typed in Warp, and there should be Warp Stabilizer
under Distort.
Right there. You just click and drag that on there, and it's exactly like the tracker in the sense that it takes care of everything. It just smoothed out the entire video, and it made it look great. And I was speechless, really. It made it look amazing. So yeah, that's how I fixed it. Sweet. It was very easy.
So now for the color correction. How about that?
Yeah, so the color correction is right here. It's very very cool. I used all the Magic Bullet. This is all from Magic Bullet. So first thing was a misfire vignette, because that's actually my favorite vignette ever.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. Better than Magic Bullet looks. Better than anything. It's like the best. I love it. So also misfire. I just clicked and dragged it from over here. You guys can go find this. It comes with Magic Bullet looks, I believe. And yeah, you can click and apply whatever effects you want, really, and it makes it look amazing. I mean, as you can tell, it's the best old-time effects I've ever seen. Like, I've tried other ones, and this is the best. So misfire for the old-time effects, and then I added some Mojo in, and I've done a slight tutorial on Mojo a little bit in some other video. I don't remember which one it is, but yeah, I just gave it a nice look, and on top of the old time look, it just made it look so beautiful. This is probably one of my favorite looking videos we've ever done. I think it looks amazing.
I'd have to agree. And you also made it go to black and white throughout the video, right?
So that was with Mojo. If you see, I have keyframed on the Bleach It tab. So about halfway through, it's still colored, but then I keyframe it to start going all the way to black and white, all the way to the end. So towards the very end, right there, it goes black and white.
Nice.
So yeah, I guess what else do we have to talk about? I mean, coloring.
I mean, we already talked about how you applied the fire. That was just using the 3D tracker.
Oh,
so.
we used for these the fire and stuff. Some people already guessed it. It's very easy to find this. It's Video Copilot. You can download. Yes. This is the Riot Gear collection, this is This is Action Movie Essentials 2. So yeah, go get that, guys. It's extremely well put together. I love it. So
the only thing else we added was the lens flares, but
oh yeah, I can bring that up real quick. Let's just exit out of here. Don't save, and we can bring it up. So it would be flare edit.
Man, there's just so many files going on.
All this stuff. Even the duck has a story.
Yeah.
I was gonna make that the button you click at the very end. But I could not find a good vector of a duck, so I'm probably going to have Brandon make a vector some other time and use that still, because I like that. That'd be funny.
That's a funny idea. Did you get the duck idea from those two guys on the Yomp contest, whatever that is?
Oh, no, I just... Actually, I guess I kind of, like, maybe subconsciously I didn't. But yeah. The flare, guys, was very easy. I tracked it by hand. Brandon was here. And, yeah, just tracked it by hand. And that took a little bit to track it by hand, actually.
That was actually a little hard to track.
Yeah, making it look realistic, and really good. And the flare is custom built. We basically just picked and chose what we wanted. So the first flare...
Which is another Video Copilot plugin.
Yeah, I mean, Video Copilot's amazing, guys. Like... I'm not even nearly as good as him when it comes to After Effects. Like everything I know, like a lot, or not everything I know, but quite a bit of what I know came from him, and just like in doing stuff, like.
Look at that beautiful flare, dude.
Yeah, like we created this ourselves, so it's pretty cool. And then we just applied it to that. Do you want to? Yes. Cancel. So yeah, that's the
first flare, and then we had another flare for the explosion.
Where's the second one? Let's go here. Oh my goodness, Charlie's crying a lot, dude. Alright, so
yes, he is.
So here's the second flare. It comes in right there, and it's a slight pinkish, and it looks awesome.
I wonder why we decided on pink.
I have no idea, but
either way, it looks pretty sweet.
This is the flare right here. So the glow is like a nice pinkish, and it blends together with that look really well. So yeah, we just tracked it by hand again. This one was a lot easier to do, and it just looked amazing. So that's the flares.
All there is.
And
we really dumbed this down in a way. Yeah, but there was just so much time put in.
It was
particularly on your part.
20 hours total is what it came down to.
Most of that was the rotoscoping, though.
Yeah, 14 hours of it was rotoscoping.
And of course, if you don't count the time that we spent trying to get it tracked.
Yeah, that was a big problem. But yeah, so you guys, thanks for watching. Please leave suggestions down in the comments, like what you guys want to see a tutorial, what you guys really don't care about seeing or anything. And thanks for coming by, Brandon.
Yeah, no problem. It's Friday, no school.
I had school.
Mental fist pump.
Yeah. But yeah, please like the video, guys. I don't know why you guys would even want to like this video, but just like it. It helps us out.
Of course.
And like it. Maybe Charlie will stop crying so much if you guys just like our videos.
Like the video to make Charlie stop crying.
It's because of you guys. He's crying because you guys never like our videos.
No, it's because of that one guy that dislikes our videos every single time.
Oh, wait, yeah, what was his name again?
We haven't actually decided for sure yet. We had some really good suggestions. whatever. We need to get back to that a different time. Let's end this.
Let's end this tutorial. See you later, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.